Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to discuss about software testing interview questions part 2. The first question is, what is the difference between alpha testing and beta testing? Alpha testing, in which alpha testing is a type of testing that is run to check the quality of the application before its release. Beta testing is a type of testing that is used to check the functionalities by using a limited number of users. Alpha testing is done in the company premises by our in-house resource in the test environment. Beta testing is done in the client side in the real-time environment by using real-time users. Alpha testing involves both white box testing and black box testing. Beta testing involves only black box testing. Bugs or defects can be addressed immediately by the development team. Defects or bugs found will be collected from the client and will be implemented in the next versions. Alpha testing mostly concentrated on testing the functionalities and the usability of the application and less in reliability and security testing. Beta testing concentrates on reliability and security testing along with the functional and usability testing. Alpha testing helps to identify the different views on the product. Beta testing helps to identify the success rate of the product. Alpha testing is the time consuming and beta testing consumes comparatively less time. The next question, what is the difference between load testing and stress testing? Load testing, in which load testing is used to check if the application is working under the given amount of load within the operational capacity. The stress testing, in which stress testing is used to check if the application can handle the load beyond its operational capacity and work under the extreme pressure. The load testing, in which load testing ensures that the performance of the application meets the given requirements. Stress testing ensures that the possible system failure won't result in any kind of security breach or data leaks or any other types of damage. The next question, what are the stubs and drivers? What is the difference between them? Stub and driver are used as temporary replacement modules or alternate modules in integration testing for replacing the missing or underdeveloped modules. Stubs are used in top-down approach of integration testing to replace the submodels, whereas drivers are used to bottom-up approach for replacing the underdeveloped main modules. Stub acts as a call module and driver acts as a calling module. Stubs are similar to components which are under test and are considered as low-level modules, whereas drivers are used to invoke the components that needs to be tested and are considered as high-level modules. Next question, can you give the example of functional and non-functional testing types? Functional testing, it is a type of software testing that verifies the products or application features are working according to the requirement of client. Functional testing types. Functional testing types are as follows. The first one is unit testing, second one is integration testing, third one is smoke testing, fourth one is sanity testing, next regression testing, next system testing, and last acceptance testing. Non-functional testing. Non-functional testing is a type of software testing that verifies the product or application is reliable and meets the expectations of the client with respect to behavior, performance, etc. Non-functional testing types are as follows. The first type is load testing, second, stress testing, third, usability testing, fourth, endurance testing, fifth, recovery testing, sixth, security testing. The next question, what are the differences between retesting and regression testing? Retesting, in which testing is done to check whether the defects that we have reported in a functionality in the previous release is fixed and the functionality is working as expected. Regression testing, in which regression testing is done to make sure that no new defects have been raised in the functionalities of the application because of the code change in a functionality. Retesting is done on only the failed test cases. Regression testing is done on the past test cases also. Retesting is done to check whether the original defects is fixed or not. Regression testing verifies the unexpected side effects. Retesting, in which retesting will be done first. Regression testing is done after testing. Retesting will be done manually, and regression testing will be automated. Retesting is called as planning testing or confirmation testing. Hence, regression testing is called generic testing. The next question, what is RTM? That is requirement traceability matrix. Requirements traceability matrix, also known as traceability matrix or cross-reference matrix, is a document that is used to map the requirements of the customer with the test cases written by the tester. RTM is used to check all the scenarios for the requirements are covered while writing the test cases. RTM helps us to identify that the 100% test coverage is achieved and makes the test execution tracking easy. RTM helps us to identify the missing functionalities and missing scenarios for the functionalities. The types of RTM. The first type is forward traceability, second is backward traceability, third one is bilateral traceability. The next question is, what are the different test design techniques? Test design techniques, also called as black box testing techniques, helps us to create the effective test cases to test the application. Test design techniques reduce the number of test cases that needs to be executed while increasing the test coverage. There are different techniques we use for designing the test cases, with each one having its own strengths and weaknesses. Test design techniques. BVA boundary value analysis, equivalence class partitioning, error guessing, state transition testing. The next question, what are test deliverables? Test deliverables are outcomes that we give the client during the application development process. There will be different deliverables at every phase of the SDLC, in which test plan documents, test case templates, test strategy documents, traceability matrix, defect reporting sheets, test closure reports. The next question, what is the difference between error, defect, and bug? In general, error, defect, and bug are the same. They simply point the mistakes, issues in the application. We use to the terms based on the scenarios that we got the mistake. Error is the development team term, mostly relate to the code. If the developer does mistake while writing the code for a functionality, it may result in the deviation from the expected and actual result at the timing of executing the code. The deviation we call it as an error. Defect and bug are the terms we mostly use in the testing environment. If a tester, while testing a functionality, finds any deviation between the actual requirement and the output given by the system, we call it as a defect or bug based. Next question, what is a test bed? Test bed, also called as test environment, it is a platform where we test the build. Test bed is a combination of hardware and software components on which the test execution will be done. Test bed includes hardware configuration and software configurations like hard disk space, RAM, processor, operating systems, database, browsers, servers, networks, and APIs, etc. Thank you.